Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Mazzari here on Twitter posting this. Welcome Ripple as a sponsor for Mainnet 2023. So Ripple committed to the Mainnet event September 20th to 22nd, 2023. Mainnet 2023, they are a bronze sponsor founded in 2012. Ripple's vision to enable a world where value moves as seamlessly as information flows today, an internet of value. Ripple is the only enterprise blockchain company today with products in commercial use. Note that, guys. Please make a note because this is how early on we are into this. XRP, trading under 50 cents right now. This just means we're waiting. We're waiting for the real world adoption and, we're waiting for the price of XRP to appreciate. Time will tell how long it'll take before it gets to those really, really high prices. But in the meantime, guys, and this could coincide. It really is dependent on regulation globally and how quickly it takes before the United States really gets on board with the rest of the world when it comes to regulatory clarity. We're going to have another spec run, I think, before the utility really kicks in. So, I made this mistake last time. I'm not going to be making this mistake this time. I wish I had cashed out of more of my crypto positions in the last bull run. I did cash out of some. But this time around, guys, I am changing up my strategy and I'm opening up my portfolio, a $10,000 portfolio that I have on BITRUE. I'm opening it up. It's full transparency. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm trading, how much money I will be up, how much I'll be down. Some days, the trades, I'm going to be posting them on the days that they occur. And in some cases, these might be shorter term holds. So, we're just going to wait. We're going to see if these coins do really, really well. And we're hoping for, 3x, 5x, 10x, 50x. Maybe even 100x. So it's going to be all about profit. I am going to be keeping a portion of my XRP though for the long term, but for only $5 a month. You guys can find me patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if that is something you're interested in. Subjective Views brought this up, an interesting clip here. We talked a little bit about the VARA license in yesterday's video, which I will link up here if you guys didn't catch that. But he brought this up. Okay, another interview from Navin Gupta, Ripple Managing Director of MENA. This was from last month, guys, but listen to what he had to say here.
Talking about Ripple, why does Ripple, I guess you're answering the question, why does Ripple like this region? I guess it leans on what you just said, but also what are the future plans for the organization?
Yeah. So for us in Ripple, we were always clear from the start, we are not running a science experiment, right? We are after a real use case, real problem that everybody in this region experiences on a daily basis. It may be 90% of the population is immigrants, right, who have moved here and call UAE now their home, but they sometimes send money back to their families on a regular basis. And we import a lot of stuff for which we have to send money back to within GCC or outside of GCC. So cross-border remittance is like a domestic payment always. So that's the reason it made very natural sense for our largest use case to be essentially calling UAE our home. We are established in DIFC multiple years ago. Our office is increasing. In fact, we are tripling the size of our office from where we were currently just because we can't keep up with the growth.
If you look at the crypto market in the last couple of years, it has been a little inconsistent, if I may use the word. And generally, if you see every crypto coin generally trades on the basis of what we see of Bitcoin, the big daddy. How does one then keep that trust intact on one product, say XRP, when there are others that impact XRP's performance?
Yeah, so I think the easiest way to think about it would be one could have a speculative lens, right? And that's what most of the people are doing. We are not into that speculative lens. We are in the utility lens, right? So if you truly believe that the utility, like I described to you, and a number of other use cases make sense, then it's just a matter of time that it gets critical mass and gets into escape velocity. And that utility essentially drives the real value behind a digital asset and not the vice versa. The value is not driven by purely speculation, because at some point speculation will become not so useful.
Speculation will become not so useful. So essentially exactly what I was saying earlier. We can make money in that spec run, but eventually the XRP will take a life on its own. And who knows how high the prices will get. But if you heard Navin Gupta there, he was saying this could take time. XRP needs to reach critical mass. But in the meantime, guys, we're in a spec market, and until regulatory clarity is clear all over so that countries will really adopt XRP in a meaningful capacity, we're still trading in a spec market. So we're following Bitcoin for the time being until those use cases really kind of take off. Now, here's another clip, guys, from Ripple directly in Africa. Less than 10% of payments are digital, and finance leaders in the region are excited to embrace the opportunity of crypto for cross-border payments. So we're only seeing 10% of payments in Africa. Another clip here of Navin Gupta explaining just that.
Crypto is starting to play a key role for payments across the Middle East and North Africa.
In Africa, less than 10% of the payments are digital. It's a market that's essentially untapped, and finance leaders in the region are excited to embrace this opportunity. In Ripple's global survey, 2/3 of the finance leaders in MENA cite faster payments and settlement times as the number one value proposition for incorporating crypto in their cross-border payments business. For more crypto trends in business, download the 2023 New Value Report.
There you have it. You can download the New Value Report. But really, as per Navin Gupta here, guys, we are still at the beginning. And he, was just talking about the MENA region and Africa in particular. Speaking of Africa, though, Flutterwave is to invest $50 million in Kenya. So, the other day we're getting a lot of Flutterwave news actually, but here's some more news. They're actually investing $50 million in Kenya once they receive regulatory approval from the Central Bank of Kenya. So that is the contingency. The investment will be used to hire new staff and scale up Flutterwave's infrastructure in Kenya. Flutterwave CEO says it already has over 24 staff in Kenya. And here's a quote, guys. "We are very optimistic about Kenya. And once we get the license, our team in the country is ready to deploy the very next day." So Flutterwave is Ripple-enabled, another company that adopted RippleNet fairly early on. The CBK has not yet granted Flutterwave the license. However, Agboola, who is the CEO, he said that he is confident the company will receive it soon. "We are happy. We are going through the process of approval. We didn't chicken out," he says. "We stayed the course even when everything stopped. The current administration is very supportive." So more adoption for a Ripple-enabled company in the country of Kenya. And, Flutterwave says they're ready to invest $50 million in Kenya once that occurs. So great news there, guys. Probably going to help boost this 10% number of payments going through Africa to even higher amounts. So great news there. Wrath of Kahneman also noticing this, guys. Interesting perspective from Architect Partners on Ripple's acquisition of Fortress. Did you guys see this? This is from Peter B. Stoneberg, Architect Partners, and he was talking a little bit about the Fortress acquisition. So Fortress Trust provides regulatory compliance solutions, as we know, to the blockchain industry, including a Nevada trust license, which is one of the most stringent regulatory frameworks in the US. So Ripple now has a New York BIT license, 3 US money transmitter licenses, and a payment license from Singapore's central bank. Ripple has a strong regulatory footprint in the United States, but to achieve their stated goal of becoming a one-stop shop for enterprises looking to convert, store, and move value on a blockchain around the world, they may need to acquire another company with global licenses to expand its international reach. That is a key, I guess, a piece to the puzzle that I did not put together, but, courtesy of Peter Stoneberg here from this Architect Partners seminar, he's saying, Ripple's on the right track. They're doing the right thing in the US, but they might actually need to acquire another company. So, something to be keeping an eye out for. Wrath of Kahneman picking up on that. So wanted to thank him just for mentioning that. Of course, developments continue to occur on the XRP ledger, which is never a problem. Michael Branch bringing this to our attention. The XRP ledger launches its latest version. So this is the 1.12.0. It comes with new features, bug fixes, and some amendments like automated market makers, clawback functions, and fixed reduced offers version 1. And the other day I was mentioning how BITRUE did update to the latest upgrade. And so we're still waiting, I guess, for others in the community to do so. These users have until September 20th to complete this action or face the risk of being cut off. Upgrading the XRPL to version 12 is also a prerequisite for voting for new amendments such as XLS 30. So, it's a mandatory update. In the meantime, there are 3 new amendments that are currently open for voting according to the XRP amendment process. And so this article just discusses that a little more. Anyway, I will link this in the description. If this is something you guys are interested in, don't want to get into too much with regards to the technicals. I know, even for me, a lot of it goes over my head, but, just to bring this up, because more development, ultimately more development is positive. It does mean more value being driven to the XRPL, more demand than for XRP eventually will come down the pike. As Navin Gupta is predicting here, we will get that flywheel effect, and then the speculation will stop, and the real world adoption is really what's going to move XRP price from 50 cents to who knows where. Anyway, wanted to thank Michael just for bringing that up. Another one here, guys, from the Wrath of Kahneman. More Ripple partner news. Corpay, Ripple partner FleetCor's payable brands, recently launched a GPS for tracking payments live. So that's interesting. FleetCor, brand and global leader in business payments, is proud to announce that Corpay's cross-border payments has launched Payment GPS, a proprietary tracker technology that allows clients and partners to monitor payments in real time. Here they're saying they're leveraging Swift GPI to do this, but Payments GPS allows for a comprehensive infrastructure to continuously monitor payments. It provides an intuitive user experience, API suite, and push notifications, making payment tracking more convenient than ever before. And guys, here's a quote. "We have witnessed a high demand for transparency in the cross-border payment space. Our vision for Payments GPS is to provide clients and partners with one interface where they can track all payments across Corpay's networks." This is coming from Corinne McMillan, Chief Product Officer for Corpay's cross-border solutions. So it goes on to say, and we don't plan on stopping there. We're on a mission to continue improving our infrastructure and data sharing across all networks so we can continue delivering leading edge transparency. So that's big news. Some of the core benefits here, just transparency, centralized platform, knowledge, certainty, and convenience, all things that, everybody wants, obviously, when sending a cross-border payment. And, I'm very shocked that, this type of technology has not been developed sooner to be able to track your payments. I mean, running on distributed ledger technology, this is going to be a game changer for so many people. And so Corpay, just another company here, leveraging that power to do more. And I know they were saying that they were using Swift GPI. Wrath Economy here saying, I'd be interested to know if RippleNet is involved in some capacity with regards to this new solution. Anyway, wanted to thank Wrath Economy for bringing that up. Mason here bringing this up, guys, with regards to Algorand. Now, Algorand is one of those cryptocurrencies that has been obliterated. I'm going to say it really did get knocked down hard. After a few negative announcements. It is basing, this is kind of the perfect setup, I gotta say, for a cryptocurrency that has been obliterated like this. And considering we're at max pain in the market, check that out, guys. Algorand basing back to its March 2020 levels. So when the beer flu hit, Algorand, the last time Algorand was at this price was at that point in time, so just under 10 cents per coin. But guys, it's not a dead project. We're actually hearing more news. They just announced they're evolving to peer-to-peer. Check this out.
And so we're moving away from this relay style network to a gossip or peer-to-peer style network using lib peer-to-peer. And so what will happen is we will be increasing the number of consensus nodes that are on the network. We'll be deprecating the relays, and all of the data transmission or data propagation will occur right through a peer-to-peer gossip-based network, not requiring any relays. And we're going to make sure that we do that in a way that doesn't affect our finality, of course, at the heart of the consensus, nor the current block time, which is about 3.3 seconds. Also, another major tectonic shift in Algorand's vision is that we're going to start incentivizing consensus. A lot of folks are maybe unaware, I know I was when I first started looking at Algorand, that block production on Algorand is not rewarded the way it is on Ethereum, Cardano, Bitcoin, etc. And so to go hand in hand with our peer-to-peer gossip-based network, we're going to be incentivizing consensus. And so this has a number of impacts. Number one, it increases the number of channels for data propagation from peer-to-peer. And most critically, number two, it will see a massive surge in the amount of algo that's being staked when individuals who have maybe smaller positions are together forming a large mass that's securing the network. So I'm particularly looking forward to moving forward with real decentralization.
Algorand moving forward with real decentralization. This is huge for Algo. I'm still a very big Algo fan. This allows them not to require relays while maintaining finality and block time and introducing consensus incentivization, a game changer towards true decentralization, says Mason here. So some interesting news there coming from the Algo camp. Wanted to thank Mason also for bringing that up. And guys, why is it that it's only XRP that glitches? Breaking. XRP appears to be price glitching to over $146+ on multiple exchanges. Now, there is no evidence here that this is on multiple exchanges. Nevertheless, this is coming from XRP Whale here on Twitter. Penny British here saying, nope, not at all. Plumpy here saying, ha ha ha, glitch or mind games. So, I mean, I think we've been seeing this a lot. And I mean, even just going through some of my videos that I've done in the past, we saw a $50 glitch back about a month ago. There was a $10,812 glitch 5 months ago here. I reported on that. There was another one here, XRP value of $4,159 per coin. And then, of course, $9,866 per XRP. Not to mention there was one, most recently, I think there was one, it was on which one was it? Crypto Gemini, or the Gemini exchange rather, the Winklevoss bros. XRP actually did go up to $50 just because there was not enough supply once they relisted. So there was a glitch there too. I mean, I don't follow many other cryptocurrency glitches, so maybe it does happen with other coins. However, always seems to be XRP. That is the one that is glitching. Things that make you go, why is it glitching? Why? What in the back end is making that happen? And I think that is the bigger question here. So something I just wanted to bring up. Anyway, wanted to thank XRP Whale for mentioning that. I mean, maybe it's because they're testing out the system in the back end. We know there has been more interest in cryptocurrencies alternative to Bitcoin like XRP. Wall Street Bulls brought this up. Okay, rumors are swirling that major financial giants like Blackrock may be reevaluating their stance on Bitcoin and potentially eyeing alternatives like XRP. Now, if this is what the masses are telling us, they're probably already had been doing it in the background. I don't know if you guys remember that Rothschilds doc, Edmund D. Rothschild Fund from 2018. They had already said that they were invested in XRP. Well, here's what's coming out, okay? This was actually a Forbes article from just last month, but I think it is important, okay? Mike Novogratz, the chief executive of crypto financial services like Galaxy Digital, has revealed his sources at two of the world's largest asset managers, BlackRock and Investco. Okay, and you remember when he was saying that it is not when, it's if? This is what they said, okay? When we get into crypto, not if we get into crypto, when we get into crypto. Novogratz cited his contacts at these two asset managers that between the two of them, they look at about $10 trillion of value. And it's not a question of if, but when. The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission will approve the last of the handful of ETF applications. So they're looking at regulatory clarity. It would be absurd if you thought that these big players, BlackRock, Investco, and probably a handful of others, a multitude of others, in my guess, would not be eyeing cryptocurrencies like XRP, considering in the United States just 2 months ago, the judge declared XRP not a security. It is the only cryptocurrency in the US with that classification. So, I mean, logic then would dictate that companies, the big institutional players like BlackRock, like Investco, would in fact be eyeing those cryptocurrencies over others, at least in my opinion. Mike Novogratz continued by saying it's a big deal. Big deal. He said during Galaxy's second quarter's earnings call with investors and analysts, it's a big deal because both our contracts from the Investco side and the BlackRock side get you to think about this as a question of when, not if. And so you're kind of in your 4 to 6 months if you had to put a pin the tail on the donkey audit. So this article was updated a few days later. The SEC is expected to approve several Bitcoin ETFs, and we got news of that about a month ago. So, I mean, I think that this is very telling, guys. Institutions have come back from the immediate term. They've come back in futures. They've come back in some of these stocks. But importantly, they're coming back in structural ways, Novogratz said, revealing a second quarter net loss for Galaxy that narrowed from last year to $46 million from $555 million. And so, I mean, if these guys are looking to add to their portfolios, what would they be adding? Novogratz added he sees signs of increased institutional investor participation in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Note, these are the only three currencies that he noted here, and this is following the crypto crash that we saw for 2022, he states here. So after this, get approval from the judge here. Institutions are investing in the three top cryptos, BTC, ETH, right? And of course, our personal favorite, XRP, guys. So, I mean, if that does not speak loud and clear, I don't know what does. It's just a sign of the times, I think. The institutional money is going to come flowing right in before the price goes gangbusters through this real-world utility that Navin Gupta says will occur eventually. In the meantime, though, guys, we're still in a spec market, so I'm hoping you're accumulating. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.